Good morning, you guys. It's 6:37 and I just woke up like 15 minutes ago before the baby, although he is starting to wake up now. But I've been making myself wake up early to kind of start the day on my own terms and kind of get in my own morning routine a little bit, and it's been really nice. So this is day 3 of it, but so far so good. I find myself like popping out of bed, ready to get the day started, and I've been finishing work a lot earlier, so it's just been overall a game changer, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. But Kai is just about to wake up, so I'm gonna go grab him, feed him, and kind of bring you guys through what we're doing today. Each morning when I wake. Alright, so we had breakfast. Kai has been doing baby-led weaning. You guys might have seen. I made a video a few back about it, but he has been doing that since I think 4 months we started. Maybe it was 5 months. I can't remember exactly, but he's been doing so good, like way better than I could have ever imagined him doing. He just loves food. I think he's had like maybe 40 different kinds of foods by now, and we've been following the baby led wean team Instagram first 100 foods, but not like to a T. So but he's been doing really good with that. So while he in the morning will wake up, I'll give him his bottle, we'll have some playtime and read a little bit, and then about an hour to 45 minutes to an hour after he wakes up, I usually plop him in the high chair and I will give him some fruit like blueberries he had today and pears to keep him occupied and to start eating. I'll cook my breakfast while he's eating that, and I'll like bring his high chair right into the kitchen where I'm cooking so he's not far away. So I'll whip mine together. I usually have a Kodiak Cakes Belgian waffle that I whip together just because it's good macros. It's like a good pre-workout meal for me, and then I'll top that with some fruit, sugar-free syrup, and I'll have my coffee. So really, so I kind of multitask there, and then I will make him some peanut butter oatmeal or yogurt, just whatever depending on the day that he's having, and then we'll sit down together and finish eating. So I really like showing him that mealtime is time for us to just be together and hang out and eat, and he watches and learns so much from me. So every time I take a bite, he like is watching, and then he'll take a bite. So it's cool to see how much he really is picking up from us already. And then after that, we'll just come back in here and play until he has to take his nap. So he takes his first nap 2 hours after he wakes up. So it's a little bit different every day, but lately he's been waking up around 6:30, 7 o'clock, so his nap will usually be around 8:30 or 9. And Josh and I switch, so every other morning I wake up early with him and kind of do the first shift, if you want to call it a shift. And then Josh has the morning to himself. He could either sleep in, or like today he's painting. So we have found success with that because that gives the other person a break and gives them time to get that me time in, or work out, or catch up on work, or whatever they need to do. So that's kind of how we go through the whole day. Today's a little bit different because Josh is trying to finish the office, so I'm taking Kai for a little bit. My mom's coming up for a little bit to hang out with him. But I'm going to show you guys the new office. I'll show you what are you doing? I will show you what we've done so far, and I'll put like a before picture too. But I'm gonna play with him a little bit more and put him down for a nap, and then I'll give you the whole update on what we're doing. Are you gonna fly away? Fly, fly, fly. Can you sing your favorite song? Dance monkey, dance monkey, dance monkey. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. this is what Josh has been working on. This will be our new office space. So this was a 3-season porch, and now we're turning it into our office. What color are the walls?
Lighthouse Landing.
Lighthouse Landing. We're getting rid of this light. This is our backyard view. We're gonna put like one big long desk here for both of us. And then I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do on this wall, but it's gonna be pretty cool. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, we are done painting and building the furniture. So the desk setup is in. Everything is from IKEA, including these chairs. So they're actually white on that side. We have the drawers here. And then on this wall is where the greenery is, which I'm loving these colors. Oh, hi, I'll be right there. We're gonna have like a neon light that says Evolve go up there. A rug is coming tomorrow. Table is coming tomorrow. Some more plants probably, and some desk things, but I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So Kai's down for a nap. I'm just doing some work now in the new office, which I'm so stoked about. We obviously still have some decorating to do, but we've got a rug back there, a little table, our Evolve like tagline logo will go up there in like wooden letters on the greenery. We were gonna do like a neon light, but there's no plug over there to plug it in. So we're gonna do the wooden letters and like a script, which I'm like, super excited about. And then probably some like shelves over here Josh will build. And we need to like obviously decorate our desk areas a little bit so they're not bare, but it just feels so much more productive and creative and bright in here, and the other office was just dark and just wasn't feeling the vibe. So I'm happy we both have a place to work and somewhere to do podcasts and videos back there. So I'm working on some client check-ins, and I just finished talking to one of our clients who we kind of have had her at a maintenance intake. And her main goal initially was to just learn the basics of tracking and proper nutrition and just really educate herself on that before we decided what the next steps would be. So a question that we get pretty regularly from our clients is, should they focus on fat loss first or muscle gain? So I thought that would be a good topic to kind of chat with you guys about in this video and kind of end it here. But basically it comes down to a few things, and most of our clients obviously do come to us with goals of fat loss as their main goal, right? That's majority of women out there want to lose fat. A lot of men out there want to lose fat and also bulk up and gain some muscle, but fat loss is like the primary mission for most people. But a lot of the women, I shouldn't say just women, a lot of the clients who come to us are under eating and have been under eating for years and years and years. So they're not really at an optimal level to proceed through a fat loss phase right now, because let's say they're eating like 12 or 1300 calories. Well, that doesn't leave us much room to decrease calories from there. Like, we're not gonna cut someone's calories any lower than that. So what we recommend is we either do a reverse diet with them or just work them back up to a sustainable, healthy level of maintenance intake, which for most women, and I don't like to generalize, but most women should be eating 2000 plus calories per day. And if you're hearing that and you're like, what? You need to reverse diet. But back to the fat loss, muscle gain thing. People obviously want to do both, right? We hear it all the time. I want to lose fat and tone up. Hate that word. It's still a word that people use. I don't know why, but basically toning up is just gaining muscle mass, right? Well, you can do that, and that's called body recomposition. Newbies to lifting are going to see that happen more often than somebody who's been lifting or training for a little bit longer. So I like to have clients focus on one or the other, because that just gives us a clear goal to aim for, but also doesn't drag the process on longer than it has to be. So if we reverse diet them and they're in a good spot to do fat loss and they really want to do fat loss, they have a good amount of extra body fat and they're in a good place to mentally proceed with a cut, then that's definitely something we can do. However, for most people, they're gonna go through that fat loss phase and still be kind of unhappy because they don't have a solid amount of muscle underneath like they thought they did, or they just want a more defined look. So that's going to take a good amount of muscle mass. So I really encourage at least a reverse diet and really spending a good amount of time, 3, 4, 5, 6+ months out of a deficit, focusing on building muscle. And this doesn't mean you have to do a crazy bulk. You can, that's an option, but I like to take the slower road as far as increasing calories goes, especially for my female clients, just because most of them have a hard time with the number on the scale as it is, and just seeing that increase, or you know, having their clothes fit a lot differently and putting on a little bit more fat than they want to. It can be really hard and it can be draining and cause them more stress than good, which is obviously not something that we want as your coach. So I think at the very minimum, spending time not trying to do fat loss first, do a reverse diet, get your calories up, focus on crushing your workouts in the gym, following a progressive overload based program, spend the time to build muscle, and then after a few months, 6 months, maybe even a year, then do your fat loss phase. And that's not to say you can't go through the different phases throughout the year, but just as my experience as a coach, I see the most successful people who really commit to that muscle gain phase, whether it be through a reverse diet or a actual bulk, and then we work down from fat loss from there. So that's kind of where I stand with it. Obviously, it's going to depend on each person and each individual, so I can't tell you exactly what to do, but this is something we work with clients on. So, you know, if you have questions, reach out, and we'll see if we can be a good fit to work together too. But I just thought that was a good topic of conversation to cover, because so many people are trying to do both at the same time and kind of end up spinning their wheels. So that's my spiel on fat loss or muscle gain first. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of a half vlog, half educational mishmash, Mod Podge, I don't know what I'm saying, of everything. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. We are filming an alcohol video after this and why we choose to live a sober lifestyle, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.